You hear me, Roy?
Yep, loud and clear. Can you hear me, John?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know why nobody else is here. I think something's bad wrong here, buddy.
I don't know. I clicked on the one here. Were we supposed to join in the Google Meet or the Zoom?
Yeah, I mean, this is the invitation I got from JewelNet.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 minutes before it starts. I would imagine they're.
Yeah, there should be somebody on here. It's a shame it's the only two surveyors. That's gonna look bad.
I guess.
Well, something's definitely not right.
No, it's not. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I got told about this last night, so I'm sort of in the middle of trying to figure all this out.
Well, I'm not sure what to do here, but we're obviously not in the right place. You know, at least I don't think so. I mean, like you said, it's 3 minutes till go time. Kevin Coon, somebody would be in here talking, getting ready to introduce.
I'll message Julie.
Yeah, you might try that. Or Hannah McCreary or somebody. Looks like we got someone else. Oh, there you go.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Roy.
Holy smokes, we thought we were in the wrong place.
No, you're good. All right. So let me do some magic over here. Bloop. Bloop.
Let me turn my face on here.
You know, I just left I don't know, whatever that other meeting was. No one turned their cameras on. So it's just black boxes talking to people. It was very boring. I mean, it was very interesting and informative.
I couldn't get access to anything else.
You should be good now. You should be good now, John. I just went through in the last 30 minutes and updated everything. And I know Amarisha sent you a password reset. So check your email. You should be good.
Okay.
What's a password? What am I supposed to be doing? Something else?
Are you registered for the rest of the conference, Roy?
No, I don't believe so. Only thing
okay.
Yeah.
That is just for it's just for folks who are registered for other sessions. John couldn't get access to the other sessions he was registered for.
Okay, yeah, I'm just talking, I think today, hopefully, or right now. So hopefully that's it.
Well, let me ask you a question there. When I access this particular meeting, I've got a specific invite for this from you guys, JewelNet or whoever, and but I cannot find one for the main conference. So when you send me a password, an ID and a password, does that include an invitation, like a join meeting type URL or something to click?
Let me look into it.
I couldn't find any button or anything on the website to push, so I wasn't sure how to get to a place where I even enter the.
That's okay. Let me take a look into it and see what you should have access to, and then we'll get you set up. But I know Amarisha was handling getting you today's link personally, so let me touch base with her. So
All
what's
right,
gonna,
well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I appreciate the help.
Oh, absolutely. And if you have any more trouble, you just let us know. So they are, there we go. So the virtual rating room is opening up now. So folks are coming in, but I do know that the session that was running before this one is going over, I think it's going over just a little bit. So let's give folks just a couple of minutes, to join us.
Is Kevin or somebody gonna be kind of hosting this, or?
Yes, sir. And like I said, Kevin's in that other meeting that's running
Right.
over just a couple of minutes.
Right.
Roy, how did the great office move go? Are you guys still moving?
Yeah, we're all in there, but it's a work in progress.
We've done that twice in the last 2 years, and never again.
Yeah, I think this will be the last move that I know of that I'm going to be participating in. So
I don't ever want to put another file cabinet on a dolly ever again in my life.
yeah, that's we've got tuberolitis is what we call it, because we've got these massive tube rolls that I
Yeah.
got from Henry Parsons that we had to carry in. So hundreds of them.
All right.
Sounds like you
when
need
am
to
I
do a
when am I
scanning
scheduled?
project.
Yeah, we will one of these days. When am I scheduled to speak? What time does it say?
Let me take a look at the.
I don't know that they'll have it. Usually what they do is Kevin usually just introduces the different groups as he comes to them. I'm not sure where we are on this list.
Okay.
The way the way I have it set up is Don Blanchard will go first, John will go second, Roy, you'll go third, and then Drew Fianarelli will go last. Drew's not here yet. And I'm thinking that the other session is still running.
Who was the first one?
Don Blanchard from MD IMAP.
Don't believe I know him.
I'm going to just go ahead and mute myself now, and whenever
Okay.
I'm ready, I'll just cue me.
Absolutely. And for those who are hanging out with us quietly in the background, we're just waiting for the other session to conclude, and then we'll get started. All right, so we've got a couple more people just joining us, and I'm getting updates from our other room that the other session is just running over a few more minutes. So appreciate you guys holding with me. Just to let you know, this session that you've just joined is the State Society reports, and to let you know the schedule of speakers who will be giving those reports to us. We have Dawn Blanchard with MD IMAP. Then we'll have John Green with the West Virginia Society of Professional Surveyors. Then we'll have Roy Hott, who is also with the West Virginia Society of Professional Surveyors, but will be reporting on the West Virginia County Surveyors Association. And then finally, we'll have Drew Fiorinelli from GITA. Apologies for mispronouncing that last name. Anyways, it looks like the other session is slowly coming to a close, and we have some folks coming over to us. So we'll give them just another couple of minutes. Again, thank you so much for your patience. Welcome, Dawn. While I'm getting some things set up on the back side here, do you need the ability to share your screen for your report today?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Let me get that taken care of. Whoop. Where did I move? Perfect. Okay, you should be all set up. Perfect. Looks great.
Would you like me to go ahead and start, or did you want to wait?
That's up to you. It's now 10:12. So I think in the interest of time and giving everybody the ability to hear all of the speakers today, if you'd like to go on ahead, feel free.
Absolutely. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Dawn Blanchard. I work for the Department of Information Technology for the state of Maryland. I want to thank you for inviting me to come talk to say what the state of Maryland has been doing over the past year. So we have 3 portals One is our IMAP portal. This is our Esri environment for getting data. We also have our Maryland GIS data catalog. This actually incorporates both our Esri and our open data portal. And I can share these slides so that everybody can get these links at a later date. We are a staff of 8 people. And we do a lot with the entire state. So it's not just one group, but everybody in the state that we manage. We have 45 organizations that we work with. We had over 1,700 requests last year, plus our incidents of 857. We have 2,000 online ArcGIS online users, and we have 1,500 concurrent users. And of course, this changes from day to day, as you can imagine. We are looking to get this information out so that all of our agencies can see who's using it and how they're using it, using our BI programs. We're in the middle of our 3rd year of our imagery program. So the way it works is in 2019, we did our Eastern Shore. In 2020, we did our Western Shore, which is in the process. And this year we are in idle, and then it'll start all over again in 2022. So this year we've already gotten, the product has come in. We've done all of our checking. They're in the middle of building overviews. And hopefully by next week, they will do the caching for the imagery, and it will be up on our Maryland IMAP for any users to consume. We want to thank our Maryland 911 board for continuing our funds for this asset, and Howard County was sponsoring for the Western Shore project this past year. For Next Gen 911, we're in the middle of our strategic plan. We have done a comprehensive review, and we are working on doing updates to our strategic plan at this time. The infrastructure has been put in place for our Next Gen 911, and we've worked with a consultant to map out our validation and consolidation workflows. We are still in the process of making sure that we have looked at this in full and that it's going to work for all of our counties in our state. So our next step is to implement these validations and consolidation workflows. And we're going to do this all using our Move It server, which is an SFTP. And we also will use ArcGIS Pro. We also have a hub site for GIS community. This is allowing them to talk back and forth, and they're doing their data sharing in this place. We did have our Next Gen 911 Commission report. There were 5 recommendations. I'm not going to go into details. We don't have the time, but the report is a link in here if you would like to read through it. So as most of you, I'm sure you've been working on COVID response. So in March of 14th, 2020 is when we launched our GIS hub site for coronavirus.maryland.gov. You can see the number of visitors. We did crash the site at one point with Esri. They luckily got it back up and running for us very quickly. And then over the past year, we've launched a Find a Testing Sites and Find a Vaccine. And then we also have our vaccination dashboard that went up. And this has our first and second single, all the vaccinations by county, administered by date, age, gender, and so on. This data, anything that is on our coronavirus.maryland.gov site is available in our open data, both in an Esri format and from our Socrata platform, and our Maryland GIS data catalog and our open data platform. We also went through a full site redesign. We wanted to make sure that we got it launched quickly so that we could be transparent to the public. But we also wanted to look more like what our governor's site looks like. So we went through a process and we did redesign it, and everything now looks exactly in the same color schemes and everything with our governor's site. So, and then some of the recent things that we have added are daily cases by age group graph, contact tracing, which is by the exposure, and school data, which that one, of course, with schools out, is probably going to be going offline until next September. We also have a council on open data. We have legislation in place that that we have to have our data open to the public. So some of the highlights is the COVID response. We want to improve our 911 location accuracy, increasing our budget for transparency, outreaching to higher education, partnerships with local jurisdictions, and dashboard providing access to vital data. We also have had a lot of Maryland in the community. We presented at the Data Montgomery quarterly meeting. We've had a guest lecture at UMD. We also have been working with the state of California, Harvard Kennedy School, and we had a radio podcast for the State Scoop, and then the Limelight State officials for COVID-19. We also monthly have a technical community meetings, and if you are interested, you don't have to be in the state of Maryland to be a part of this. You just have to contact John Lesko, and he will get you on our email notifications so that you can join us for our technical committee meetings of what's going on in the state of Maryland. So just a few projects that we've been working on. We have the DNR MES Coastal Smart Climate Ready. This has all of our flood risks application. So this was all done in ArcGIS application. And then we had our Department of Housing and Community Development. They have been working on an opportunity zone. This has to do with tax incentives for development within these different zones. They did decide to go from an ArcGIS Online to Zoom Prospector. And we have links here so that you can get to these applications. This is what it would look like. And so our priorities for this year, we are in the process of setting up our new IMAP infrastructure. We are in 3.0, we're going to 4.0. We are working with Esri to make sure that we can scale up as we need it. We will continue on our next generation 911. We are redesigning our imap.maryland.gov. It is going to be coming out of a Microsoft product and into an Esri Hub site. We do have a data trust that we're looking into, continuing our COVID-19 support agencies, migrations for DoIT and portal implementation, and new dashboards, new open data layers, and new geospatial applications. So here are some of our links. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Well, thank you again for inviting me to speak.
Thank you, Dawn. We really appreciate it. Okay. Next up, we have John Green. So John, if you're ready, and if you have any slides to share, please feel free.
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you very much, Cassie. I don't have anything to share. First of all, my name is John Green. I'm with the West Virginia Society of Professional Surveyors. I'd like to thank the AGP for inviting us to be represented here. We represent all of West Virginia, surveying community in West Virginia. We have probably something on the order of 300 members, 350, something like that. We've been pretty much over the past year, just like everybody else, adapting to the COVID crisis and the changes that were brought about by that. We did successfully pull off our convention last February with the help of JewelNet. We had a very successful virtual convention, and we have, as a result of this, expanded some of our educational training activities. We're now going to also have a fall session. The first one will be this September, and we'll see how that goes. We may continue to do that. And fortunately, we're planning that one to be an in-person event. Hopefully that'll hold out and we'll be able to do that. As far as GIS, we really haven't had many developments in the surveying community regarding GIS. Regarding the Society of GIS. Some surveyors are expanding their services to include GIS services. A lot of them are getting more exposed to GIS through just through the simple development of the technology itself. And now, most surveyors have their phone with an app on there where they can use the web services provided by the counties or Map West Virginia, things like that. And then some clients are also expanding their GIS applications and requiring information in that kind of a format. So, surveyors continue to develop with regards to using GIS, but there's not a whole lot of them. There's a few in West Virginia that actually offer GIS services, but not a whole lot. But like I say, that's changing over time. But as a result, the society, which supports those surveyors and their businesses, we're always trying to find ways to provide training activities for them. And so we look forward to and always welcome any kind of opportunity to collaborate with the AGP or anybody else in that regard. So anybody out there that is involved in training, feel free to reach out to us and see if we can't work together. We'd love to get exposure to our group and our members to both the West Virginia Association of Geospatial Professionals and GIS itself, with the use of the technology, services, and that sort of thing. So with that, I think that's about all I have to report as far as the activities of the West Virginia Society of Professional Surveyors, unless anybody has any questions.
Thanks, John, for coming in and speaking. And I'll just remind everyone that with both John and Roy, tomorrow we have a roundtable discussion. So it's really be a great opportunity for you guys to come in and speak with, the representatives we have from the surveying community, kind of explore ways that we can work together and see what we can do over the next year. I just want to reiterate that, I've attended the Surveyors Professional Conference this past January. I think it was in January. And it was really outstanding. There was a lot of great information. And I think there's a lot we can learn from them, both on the technical side, so for work purposes, but then also as an association, the WVAGP can learn a lot from their association as well. So again, thanks, John and Roy, for coming in and speaking.
You're entirely welcome, Kevin. I look forward to the discussion tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, John. So next up we have Roy Hott, who is presenting for the West Virginia County Surveyors Association. Roy?
Good morning. First of all, let me thank WVAGP at the directive of Kevin Kuhn for providing me this opportunity to speak to you all today. My name is Roy Hott. I am currently serving as president of the West Virginia County Surveyors Association. I am president-elect of the West Virginia Society of Professional Surveyors. I am the president of Corner to Corner Land Surveying, and I currently hold the office of County Surveyor of Tyler County, West Virginia. I am not actively seeking any more roles at this time. I have quite enough going on. I've been asked today to speak on behalf of the County Surveyors Association. This presentation may be a little bit different than everybody else's. As you know, with all my hats that I wear, I sort of missed some emails about this a few months back. And I think last night around 6 o'clock, I spoke with someone about presenting here. And I think after I got everybody out to the field today at 9:15, I kind of put this speech together. So bear with me a little bit here. You know, my intention on this presentation for you all was to be kind of quick and to provide some history and just some general things. And the main thing that I want to promote is the value of the county surveyor, and to garner up some support from other state societies to show that this is a position that is vital and necessary. Surveyors provide a vital role in the measuring and mapping of the world around us using mathematics, advanced software, and equipment. Surveyors calculate just about everything in the ground, the sky, or in the bottom of the sea. You know, before an architect designs the structure, before the engineer calculates what needs to be done to the site, and before the excavator digs the first hole, a surveyor was there first. In around 2500 BC, before the stones of the pyramids were set, rope stretchers laid out the angles and positions of what you all see to this very day. Surveyors have shaped this great earth for thousands of years and have even placed their seals and signatures on some of the most admired documents ever signed from someone sitting in the Oval Office of the White House. The value of surveyors, the value that surveyors produce is oftentimes left unseen. This unseen and underutilized occurrence is particularly shown when it comes to the position of the county surveyor. So some history for you all. When the better half of Virginia decided to create our beautiful state, a little joke there, the county surveyor position was brought over. However, some lack of foresight happened in this transaction. The county surveyor was never designated official duties by law, and who knows why. For 158 years now, the position of county surveyor has been voted on by the people, and yet it is the only elected office in the state of West Virginia unable to receive a paycheck from the county. This has left many offices of the county surveyor vacant for years. Who wants to do a job that cannot by law be paid to do? It's not that there isn't a lack of work a county surveyor can provide. On the contrary, the list is quite extensive. One major place, with the advancement of GIS and aerial imagery, the county surveyor should be supporting the county assessor's office in the maintenance of county tax maps and parcels. I receive call after call from the public saying, the county has my house on my neighbor's property. And the ironic thing is when that same public individual contacts the assessor's office, the first thing they say to them is, well, you need to contact a surveyor. Why can we not have an office that will already see those problems and help those problems out before they get to the public's eye and create an even bigger problem? Even though county assessors provide this big disclaimer before viewing the GIS imagery, people click the button to accept just as fast as we do when accepting the terms for our new phone setup. No one has the time to read through 50 pages of what we're agreeing to, and neither do the general public. The public sees a line through their house or the neighbor's house, and now the next round of the Hatfields and McCoys has started. And it's the surveyor who goes out and tries to calm the situation. This could be easily fixed by the mappers having the ability to work closely together with the county surveyor and the mapping department. The county surveyor could do a brief research of the deeds to see if the old call for the ridge was taken out of the new description and advise the mapping department that the lines need to be relocated. This could easily help avoid those day-to-day calls of, my friend has this app on his phone that shows my property in the wrong place. County surveyors could assist that the copies of all land records and plats are kept current and indexed properly. Many of you who have been in a county clerk's record room find it quite hard times to find where the plats are recorded, or some of them aren't properly indexed. The county surveyor could help assist the county clerks in that aspect. We could assist in mapping water lines, sewer lines, mapping county boundaries. We could write reports for new buyers and inform them that their properties haven't been surveyed for 150 years, and the acreage they just paid for is probably not the correct acreage that actually resides in that shape. All of these jobs are vital to EMS, fire and rescue, police, and the betterment of public welfare. All of this could be fixed with one simple state code, giving the county commissions the authority to delegate public money to the office of the county surveyor, which is something the public demands and the public needs. I could go on and on and on about different things that we could help assist, but for time's sake, I will end it just about right there. So in conclusion, I want to thank you all for giving me this platform to speak on the profession I practice every day, the history of the county surveyor, and to see the unutilized value and potential of an elected office, of the elect office of the county surveyor. Does anyone have any questions or comments they'd like to add?
Thanks, Roy. Hey, Roy, I'm gonna curtail questions until our discussion tomorrow. I know a lot of you will have them, but I think, Roy, from our previous discussions, bring up a great point. I think there is a lot to benefit in the GIS community by working closely with the surveyors, and I think it kind of works both ways, as they empower us as GIS professionals to produce data, especially that's going to be widely available and accessible to the public. I think it absolutely makes sense that we rely on them to produce quality data that we can then share with others, and we can rely on. I think there's a lot of room for cooperation. So I just want to encourage you guys to attend tomorrow's Surveying GIS workshop session tomorrow afternoon. Again, thanks, Roy. Appreciate it.
If I can just add on that, this isn't about, pointing out errors in everybody's stuff. I mean, I think we all know that there's errors in just about everything. This is mainly to try to show that we can work together and produce a better product, and would love to be able to speak on that behalf and talk with whoever. So thank you again.
Perfect. Thank you all so much. We were waiting on one more speaker, but I'm not sure if he will be able to join us. So since Kevin wants to hold questions for tomorrow, does anyone else have any comments that they'd like to add, or anything along those lines? Perfect. Okay. Well, just to let you know, if you are interested, the next session on today's schedule is the WVAGP 2021 business meeting that will be starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. You will have to close this call and venture back over to the event hub and click the link to join that meeting. But we have about a 25-minute break before that begins. Admin will be standing by to help you with any questions that you may have before then. But with that, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to this State Society report session, and we will see you in just a bit.